Well, it's day 3, and the reason I was replacing these countertops in the first place is there's a leak behind the faucet, or the faucet leaks, and that's rotted out. The back plate here is leaking underneath the sink. So what I'm going to attempt to do today is keep Ruger entertained. And I'm going to pull this countertop off, go back over to the big box store, buy an 8-foot section, and set that in and cut out a sink. I'm trying to save this and just clean it up, so I'm going to get some steel wool, some cleaner, and I think I'm going to replace the faucet because it needs a better seal. We'll see how that goes. That's what's in store. As I said, there's been a leak in here. It's pretty gross. Oh, there you go, Roogie Doogie. Maybe that's a help. Yes, and it smells like bleach. So probably not a good time for you to help. Why don't you go make a mess outside and don't bring it inside. Spring break, day number 3. It's Monday. Spring break around here means spring cleaning and spring projects. So I'm cleaning up a little bit and getting ready to replace this countertop. Still have to run to the big box store and grab a butcher block countertop. This is what I have from the last 2 days. I still have to do some sanding and some patchwork around the walls and figure out what I'm going to do with the background and backsplash. Again, over here I did temporarily have some faux tin ceiling tiles, but I think I'm going to replace those. I'm not sure. I've been looking at Subway tile. I might keep this in the back around the stove and then do something different above the countertops. But I have to get some things cleaned up. I got to decide whether I'm going to keep the faucet. I'm probably going to change that out and keep the sink after I clean that up quite a bit. I've cleaned out underneath the sink and discovered that I've had a water leak in the back for quite a while, and that's another reason why I have to change that out. So, got work cut out for us today. We're gonna clean the windows and then take the sink out and travel some problems. Not going to be able to take off the hot water until it's turned off. So I sprayed down these attachments as well. Hopefully they'll come off a little easier. But it just looks like 2 that got to come off once the water's off, and then there should be some. Oh man, those are going to be tough to get to. Clips underneath. They keep the sink in. Sorry, maybe that's what. I'm not quite sure how those are going to come out. Here's a better look at them. And it looks like, oh, it's screwdriver. Okay. Let me go get a screw. So we got the necessary tools, and should be pretty simple. I need to grab a utility knife to score the countertop at the top. And then there's some screws to take out underneath the drawers, I believe, but okay, no more helps. Well, between the dog and the faucet, this is turning out to be a shit show already. It's always one little thing that prevents a easy project, and it's right now this is faucet. So I tried to find a shut off downstairs for the hot water. I was able to do the main one, but that means there's a lot of water still in the line. I'd like to get this shut off. So I guess if you have the right tools, it's a lot easier. But oh, there it goes. I did this with the outside faucet that broke over the winter, and I got just to the last little turn to turn it off and the whole thing broke off. So I'm trying to be very easy with this. Okay. So I'm not sure if you guys can see what I see, but these clips up here, there's a lot of shadows. Just get turned with a screwdriver. So they get turned with a screwdriver and then flip sideways. Let go. No, not yet. There we go. And then the sink should pop out when it's ready. So it is rusted. I might have to take a look at that and see if I can save it. If not, okay, so that one's off. How many more we got? That's pretty rusted all the way around. I should be wearing some safety gloves. Okay. You can see how funky that wall is over there. Let's look at the back side of this one. Yeah, it's pretty rotted out. Looks like from years of leaking. So I gotta get that. I don't hope those tabs come out pretty easy. That one's going to be a pain. And I just sprayed it with some WD-40. I don't think it's going to come out, but it's probably rotted enough to just pull right out at this point. And I think if I can get the rest of them out, that might not be an issue. I think I can lift the front up and pull it out. So I'm going to get the other three on the other side done. The one in the back on that side doesn't look too bad. So it's loose up the top. I just have to undo the faucets connections now, and then see if I can get that last one out. So it's coming. So at this point it looks pretty rusted under there, and more than likely you're gonna have to replace the sink. Okay, faucet's on, no water's coming out. Hose is on, no coming out. So we're ready to disconnect up at the top. Not exactly sure if it's the one I want to come out, but it's the only one coming loose. So okay. Well, how much water can be in there? It's gonna be a whole different scenario on this side. Let's see if this one comes out. So those are shit. That's definitely not going to fit through that hole up there. So those gotta. You want to be a plumber because that shit is literally a pain in the ass and messy. Oh, probably should disconnect this thing. So, can't do much without disconnecting the drain pipes. So, big dummy I am. Probably should have done that a long time ago. So I gotta disconnect these pipes up here. Those are disconnected. How's it look from your end? Pretty gross? Let's see how deteriorated this is. Well, Ruger. Oh, there's that. So I'm still waiting for the spackle to dry so I can sand it. I got some construction lights on it right now. Try to heat it up in here and dry it out. I did sand the back of that. I just went for a dry fit. There's this wall is not straight by any means, and it's giving me a little bit of a problem. It's not going to fit nice and tight on there, but it is what it is. Sun was out for a little bit, but then I don't think it's supposed to rain. So this is the end that goes up against the wall, and that is square. Square on that side, square on that side. Square on this end, square on that end. So countertop square, the house isn't. I gotta mark out the sink and cut that out and then carry this in. Sink, I was trying to go with a black sink, but they didn't have any in stock. This is just like the one that I have set up, or did have set up inside. So all the plumbing is correct for this one. It's just brand new compared to that old one. So that should be helpful, at least installing that. It's probably around 2 o'clock now and running out of time. So I've measured 100 different times and I've come to the realization that the window is 1.5 inches, about 1.5 inches off from the center of the cabinets. So if I centered it on the cabinets, it would be off from the window. If I center it on the window, it's going to be off from the cabinets. I'm trying to split the difference. I measured, again, 100 different times. I've laid it out and even scribed it even shorter than what I anticipate the template to be. And third time's the charm. Me a tight fit. It's in there. It's all oiled down. Sink's put together and ready to go in. I'm just waiting on the spackle to dry. Do some sanding and painting. A little bit of defects in there, but overall